This episode of the Walt Vault podcast is brought to you by Anchor. Anchor is a completely free podcasting tool that allows you to create your very own podcast for no money whatsoever.
You know who should have a podcast? It's me, Yogi.
Oh my god, Gorgie, no, what are you doing here?
Yogi heard that people love his voice, so he wants to project it to the world on Apple Music, and iTunes, and Spotify, and Stitcher, and all the places where podcasts are distributed.
Oh my god, Gorgie, no, nobody wants to hear you talk.
Yogi can even make money on his podcast with the Anchor's free sponsorship program.
Wait, you're gonna get paid for this too?
Yes, and it's all possible with Anchor and their free creation tools.
Oof, okay, well, I'll bite. What's your podcast gonna be called, Gorgie?
It's gonna be Yogi Gets It. Available on all podcast platforms thanks to Anchor.
Well, you've heard it here first. Go to Anchor.fm to get started. Download the free Anchor app, and you can make your own podcast. Anchor. It's so easy, even Gorgie can do it.
Yogi!
A friendly but forgetful blue tang fish begins a search for her long-lost parents, and everyone learns a few things about the real meaning of family along the way.
Welcome to the Walt Vault with Andre,
Michelle, Emily,
And Luis.
We are a family-friendly podcast where each and every week we watch and review a different Disney movie. Be sure to subscribe on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Enjoy the show.
Bone chicka bone chicka bone chicka bone.
Hello and welcome to the Walt Vault, episode 172. Our milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, if you know what we're talking about.
Bring the boys to my yard, it did.
Excuse me?
What?
Yeah, I got an Andre and a Trey. I got two boys.
Oh, alright.
I don't know. That just sounded scowy.
Those are the correct boys.
Well, we were just talking about how I have a milkshake craving right now in pregnancy, and milkshake brings boys to the yard.
Not sure what came first, the milkshake or the tray.
Boy.
The boys.
What came first? And it's not the chicken or the egg. It's the milkshake or the boy.
This week, we are talking about...
So you were eating milkshakes before you even met Andre. So.
That's true.
I guess I was brought to the
We've
yard.
So it's the milkshake and then the boys.
We've solved this mystery.
This week, we are talking about the 2016 Pixar animated film, Finding Dory.
It's not even a mystery. It says it in the song. My milkshake brings the boys to the
It
yard.
was the milkshake that brought the boys.
But the milkshake's a metaphor for her booty, right?
For booty shaking?
Yeah. Not the actual milkshake.
I get.
I don't know. She had some milkshake in the video.
I thought
Yeah,
she
she
made
did.
it. I thought she just made a mean milkshake. You know, she had a.
Is it Oreo?
She had a blender and a bunch of toppings.
The Oreo's the best milkshake, that's for sure.
I would have
First
been
I
out
thought
there
she
in
was
that
like
yard.
a lemonade
you know?
stand with milkshake.
Yeah,
Peaches and cream.
it's a hot day. Yeah, I love all the sexy desserts.
Yeah. We have
Sexy
a new
desserts.
podcast mate here today. His name is Frederick.
Would you like to say something, Freddie?
Freddie, do you want to say hi? Come on, Freddie.
FYI, for those of you who can't see, the women in our podcast are talking to a
he
dog
did a
and
good
trying to
job.
get
He
him
did
to
a-
talk into the mic.
He did a nose sniff.
We have a new podcast dog.
Emily and Louis Scott.
He's
Uh-oh.
chewing on my cord.
A
No,
puppy.
Freddie.
They have a puppy named Freddie.
Hello, Freddie.
You have to say it in the accent. Freddie.
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 Hi, sweetie.
Freddie's pretty chill.
Yeah, he's cool. He's a cool pup. So,
Yeah.
for our...
Shut up, it's your dog.
Yeah, you bought him.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, for our warm-up question, or Louis asked a question, but I'm asking it, so I guess it's a warm-up. This article is from BuzzFeed, and it's from 2019, of August 25th. It says 10 of the hardest
Thanks for
Disney
that.
would you rather questions you'll ever be asked. But I have a feeling that they're probably not going to be that hard. But let's see. Okay.
So are we going to go like in rotation? Like,
Sure, yeah. I'll direct, like this one I'll direct at you because they're men. And this relates to dresses.
They're men.
It says, would you rather wear Cinderella's dress or Elsa's dress? I guess they're both blue dresses.
Okay, so we're talking classic, like first.
Let's do like the classic blue Cinderella dress and then the blue ice castle dress. So that
I
way
already
they're
know
both blue.
Andre's answer for this one.
Oh, Andre has an answer for this one?
It ain't that cold. I mess with that.
So me, Emily, as right now is going with Cinderella because Elsa's is cooler looking for sure, but like I ain't got Elsa's body, okay? And I'm not saying I got Cinderella's body, but like there is room for the booty in that one. There is no room for the booty in Elsa's dress.
I would say Cinderella too because that's just like a classic princess.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some humps and lumps.
Okay, so I'm gonna
that
click
Elsa can't
Cinderella.
handle.
Humps and lumps.
And I clicked Cinderella. Okay.
Oh, so that was a me question only.
Yeah.
Andre didn't get a choice.
It says 53% of people chose Cinderella, 47% of people chose. Oh no, Elsa has 53 and Cinderella has 47.
I was worried about the math. So good. Okay.
They're only 10,000 votes apart. Okay.
Maths.
Let's see. Let's do this next one towards Louise. Would you rather have Mary Poppins as a nanny or have Bagheera look after you? So Mary Poppins or Bagheera as your nanny?
With Bagheera.
Bagheera?
Which one?
It just says Bagheera.
Ben Kingsley or...
Whichever one you want. I'm assuming these would both be the old.
The one from the cartoon. The one from the cartoon.
Julie Andrews and the Bagheera from the cartoon.
Yeah.
I'd be out there hanging with Julie. I'm just saying. Bagheera was cool,
I'm
but
gonna chill with Ben Kingsley.
I didn't say Ben Kingsley.
He's Bagheera. You didn't specify.
I did.
She
I
did.
said Julie Andrews.
dude,
Mary
he's
Poppins,
as bad as
cartoon.
Adeline. She literally just spelled it out, and he said you didn't.
Are
Specify.
you sure that's what it says on the BuzzFeed question?
Yes.
From 19-something?
1964.
Let me see.
The Jungle Book.
It doesn't say, but I'm telling you.
Only Andre could tell you
It doesn't
on
say.
the dime
But
that it was
live action
1964.
Jungle Book out in
Pretty sure that's what it
2019?
was.
Yeah.
Was live action Mary Poppins out in 2019?
No.
Yeah.
I'm going cartoon classic.
It was
We're going classic.
1967.
Whatever.
They're both
I
out.
believed you.
This is the thing.
Well, okay, you picked
You
Bagheera.
dirty liar. I
Only
believed you.
29% of people like Bagheera and 71% like Mary Poppins.
Well, because Julie's an icon and Bagheera's an annoying cat.
If they only knew the true Mary Poppins was like,
I
man.
already know Andre's answer for this one, but it's fine. I'll ask it
I don't
anyways.
know it.
It said, would you rather sail in Montanui with Moana or go skating in Arendelle with Anna?
Yeah.
Neither really, but
Yeah, I mean.
You don't like water or ice.
I mean, I like water a lot more than
But he
ice.
likes
Yeah.
something nice.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You were going to sail. People agree with you. 66%, 34% for Arendelle.
I'd go speed skate. Like
I'm an amazing
if
ice
she
skater,
freezes,
though.
are you really?
My talent
This
is
is
wasted.
hard.
Are you
I
really?
think-
Uh-huh.
I think
Stupid.
I could skate.
I think all of us can talk about this one because this one's tricky. It says, would you rather become a frog for the day or become a beast for the day?
I'd rather become a beast. Ain't nobody flexing with me.
Yeah, I don't want to
Really?
spend my life as
If I'm a frog, somebody just step on me and I'm done.
Right, it's over.
Flex with me as the beast.
Okay.
Let's go.
Such a
Trying to get down?
I was trying to be a frog. I don't know.
Rawr.
Got hops.
rar.
Okay, you're gonna compare a frog's hops to the beast's hops?
Yeah, I'm just
We
gonna
ain't seen
chill-
him hopping. I don't know
He's
how he
hopping all
hops.
over the castle
I'm a-
at the end.
I'm gonna chill in a pond all day.
So she wants to be lazy. I love it.
Yeah.
You can be lazy as the beast. He's in a mansion, a
Yeah,
castle.
that's true. Wait, what are we going then, Emily? What do you say?
His dog is a footrest. Cool.
I am gonna say the beast only because there is some enchanting stuff to be seen if you're beast.
That's true.
And not that Princess and the Frog wasn't enchanting, but like he
Yeah.
didn't have a dog footrest. You're right.
You're right.
He didn't
So-
have a Cogsworth and a Lumiere.
Right.
He's pulling a Dougie right now. That's a
He
Dude,
just had an alligator that played the guitar. Is that what it
Lewis.
was? Oh no, he played a horn.
Babe, he's gonna end up eating some of that stuff.
Dougie. He won't eat it. You'll just have to.
No, he'll eat it.
What's
Hello,
the next question,
everyone.
dear?
Okay.
my dog.
Would
is
you
in the
rather
blanket.
take Lady and the Tramp for a walk or take Pongo and Perdita for a walk?
Okay, which one?
Oh,
Lady?
I know.
Lady and the Tramp or Pongo and Perdita?
Oh, Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, my dog's pretty small. I think I'd be more comfortable with the small dogs.
He's.
I'm doing Pongo and Perdita because
so cute.
well, yes, but because Tramp is a tramp and he's out there like not giving two about. Sorry,
He's getting the leash.
he's
he's
on the leash, but
getting
he's
put on the
pulling
leash.
you through the city. Okay, yeah, you say
Tramp,
that.
Tramp ain't stronger.
Dude, you say, but Dalmatians aren't very I mean,
It's Pongo and
seen the
Perdita.
real life version of Cruella?
It's not just any Dalmatian.
It's
It's Pongo,
Pongo
and
and
Perdita,
Perdita.
who are very like
English royalty.
to do fancy dogs.
They're well behaved.
Yeah, they're well behaved.
59% of
They have
people said
manners.
Lady and the Tramp, and 41% said Pongo and Perdita. I like
Because-
Pongo and Perdita.
You know, I would go with Tramp because I feel like he can probably get me a ribeye steak off the butcher's window like for free. So
with
That's
a
true.
dog's scent
hey,
on it.
once
You
you
cook it out.
grill that, it's
Exactly.
cool.
That's fine.
All right.
You
It
guys are
killed
so
whatever
weird.
was like not healthy about it.
Kill off all the bacteria.
There you go.
Would you rather have Jafar send you into the Cave of Wonders or give up your voice to Ursula?
Dude, I'm going into the Cave of Wonders. I want to go in there.
How do you
even
know
if-
you can get out?
Dude,
I'm not gonna touch anything, and I don't got a little monkey that's gonna muck up the plans.
Dude,
I can
don't-
follow directions.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, but like
You guys
I'd
about
be-
to have a kid, okay?
I'd be
Trey's
going
gonna
into
follow
the
you
Cave
and
of
touch
Wonder,
everything.
even if there wasn't a stipulation for me to choose against. I just want to go into the Cave of Wonder.
It's cool in there.
Go ahead, Andre, do it.
I mean, I just rub that lamp and tell Genie, "Hey, Genie, give me infinite meals for as long as I want to in this cave." And I'd just be chilling, laying on top of gold. I don't think I'd ever get bored.
Can't touch the gold.
Oh, dang.
It will die.
Too temptatious.
And who said Genie's in there and who said carpet's in there?
Well,
Nobody
Genie
said
is
that.
in there because
Did you
if
see the
Jafar is
movie?
sending me in, it's to get the lamp.
You see the movie?
That's true.
They're both in there.
Right.
Them not
You
being
can't
in
touch
there
nothing.
is like, what
Carpet's in
movie
there.
is this? Just, poor boy
Only
gets,
touch the
poor boy
lamp.
gets buried in a cave? Like, come on.
Say the thing Addie likes that you say.
Dares disturb my slumber.
Yeah.
No, that was not a voiceover. That was Andre, and it's very scary, yes?
Addie loves when Andre does that. Okay, well, I'm clicking Cave of Wonders. 70% said Cave of Wonders. 30% said no voice.
Pew, pew. All right, is there another?
Would you rather have ice powers like Elsa or cooking skills like Tiana? Oh, definitely
Ooh, I'll take
cooking.
the cooking.
Yeah,
for sure.
cooking.
It's cooking.
Now, here's where I surprise you. I want the superpowers, okay?
Why?
Because it's superpowers,
Because
man.
it's superpowers.
It's ice.
Don't
It's
matter.
ice.
He's
which-
frozen.
Which probably, yes, exactly. Which means that I'm probably not bothered by the cold as I was before my superpowers. So
True.
I'm making ice cold drinks. I got y'all.
Most
Which
people.
is super funny because Andre is, again, you're surprising us because we go, like, we live in one of the hottest parts
Of California.
Well, I mean, for being not a desert, we're practically desert most
Yeah.
of the time, especially in the summer. And we go out, and Andre never wears shorts. I've seen his knees like twice,
Yeah, you don't need to see
ever.
He does not
And
wear
it's
shorts.
not because he's
My knees are
ashy.
private.
He was cold today outside. I was like, what?
It was 72 degrees. It was gorgeous.
I'm like a maiden in the 1700s. You're not allowed to see my ankles.
Ain't getting none of these knees.
Well,
gosh.
59% of
I
people
can't imagine
agree with
people
you,
going
Andre.
crazy over ankles. Either side of the
Look at
line.
it. Look at it.
You
If
just
that
got
is
bone,
sexy.
like, no.
Andre
Yeah,
will not
look
look
at
at
these
my
No
ankles.
thanks.
Okay, would you rather go on a magic carpet ride with Aladdin or fly with Peter Pan to Neverland?
Peter Pan.
Magic carpet ride.
I think
Why would
Peter.
I wanna
I
go
think
to
Peter
Neverland?
Pan because
Well,
it's cool.
I just want to fly under my own power.
you don't want to have to fly on a carpet,
Right.
But it's not your own power. It's Tinkerbell Pixie does.
Well, I get to go like this. And then I
Pretty
get to go
much
like
he doesn't
this.
want
He's
any
got
seats.
his
I get
arms
to
out.
drive, okay?
Yeah.
Aladdin's obviously driving carpet if
If
we're
we're
on carpet.
assuming that Neverland is a real place and not a figment of my imagination, then yes, I will fly with Peter Pan to Neverland.
Yeah.
But if
Because you're
it's
going to a fancy place versus just
flying
around
on
the
a
world.
I get to fly around. I get to hang out in Neverland. I got to go to the beach. You know, they got a beach there.
they got a beach. All right. Would you rather have Mufasa show you the Pride Lands or have Tinkerbell show you around Neverland?
I'd go with the Pride Lands.
Yeah, I want to go to
Yeah,
Africa.
it's like going on safari.
Emily doesn't care
Well,
about that. Mufasa.
Again, yeah, it's kind of like the bad set of questions because I would never go with Peter Pan anywhere.
Dude,
Or Tinkerbell.
I feel like
Well, Tinkerbell would be too annoying.
I feel like Louise should not have watched the Once Upon a Time season with Peter Pan.
Oh, yeah.
Because
He's a on that. Sorry.
like he
No, dude, no. Like, I legit hate Peter Pan. I do not like the movie.
So you're telling me you hated Peter Pan pre that TV show?
Yes.
I don't.
No, I don't think so. I think it's that TV
Wait,
show.
what's your
You don't
biggest,
think I hated him?
What's your
Since
biggest
when
problem?
have you been Lou?
What's your biggest problem with Peter Pan? What's your deal?
Oh my god, he's so freaking irresponsible, bro. Oh my gosh. Kidnapping kids. He's so responsible, he loses his shadow.
Yeah.
Put your shadow on a leash, dude.
This is fair.
If your shadow's getting away from you and bouncing all over the walls, then put a hypothetical leash on him and freaking gaslight him. You can't go anywhere. You got a loose shadow. Ooh.
Peter Pan is an unfit leader, and he needs his rule as king of Neverland needs to be revoked.
All right then. Okay, here's the
That
last.
was the weirdest conversation.
The last
Damn that
question.
dude.
Would you rather sing a song with Timon and Pumbaa or sing a song with Genie?
Oh, I'm with Genie all day.
Genie for sure.
Don't even get me started on Timon.
But I love
if
Timon's little song where he's like trying to distract them and he's in this hula.
If I'm singing with Timon and Pumbaa, they're gonna try to make me eat bugs and stuff. Okay.
And they're gonna fart on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of farts involved. Genie, we having a good time.
All right.
You can get him to do things without using a wish if you're hanging out with him.
This was the closest vote. It was 51% Genie, 49% Timon and Pumbaa.
Okay.
And that is it. Those weren't that hard.
All right.
See, BuzzFeed 10 hardest Disney questions. Nah, that wasn't that hard.
They got you with a clickbait.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't Rickrolled.
Never gonna give.
Yeah, you got Rickrolled anyway, sucker. All right. Finding Dory.
Diggy diggy diggy.
Oh, we're hearing a laundry machine.
Theirs is so short compared to ours.
Well, ours is a banger.
Our laundry machine jingles like probably 2 minutes.
It's like.
Wait, should we sing it? Let's sing it for the listeners.
Jingles and the
Ready?
jangles.
Okay,
how does it start?
Doon 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 doon.
Wait, what?
Doon 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 doon. Do 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 do. What?
We ever gonna start this podcast?
It's really just style.
It's a freaking Christmas song, dude. Their head bobbing.
Dong.
Dong.
That was
That's
really
the-
long,
that's the whole
right?
song.
That's our laundry machine.
Yeah.
I thought you said ding 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 dong.
This is why we
Like
only
it
do
changed.
laundry once every 2 weeks. We can't stand the song.
Because the song is playing for 2 weeks.
All right, let's talk about this Finding Dory. First impressions, Luis.
You know what? It's funny because at first time you ever watch this movie, you're kind of like, dude, this movie sucks. It's like, Mulan 2 and Pocahontas 2. Like, why'd they make it? But this morning when we
Direct-to-DVD.
finished it, or yesterday morning, whenever we finished it, I'm like, dude, this movie's pretty legit.
Complete turnaround.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Andre.
Yeah, I didn't think that this one sucked. The first time we went and watched it, I liked it. But this time around, I think I enjoyed it more than some of the other Pixar sequels. Like, I think I like this one more than Monsters University, and well, not more than The Incredibles 2. Never mind, I wasn't gonna say that. That's ridiculous. But overall, this is pretty fun movie. Quite enjoyable. They put the heart in the right places all throughout, and I thought that Ellen DeGeneres came in and killed it as Dory once again.
Yeah, she totally is Dory. Mm-hmm. My first impression, I liked it more upon this viewing. It's good. It's not bad. I really like Hank. But being pregnant and having to watch little baby Dory just be baby Dory and sad, and the parents are so worried for her, I couldn't handle that. I was like, oh no, here we go with the movies and the parenting and the sad and the oh my. But that's Pixar for you.
Yeah, they like to.
But it's good. I like it. It's a good, cute second story. It's not like a crazy sequel or anything like that. You know what I mean? But it was good. I didn't hate it. I liked it.
Some quite fun sequences.
I like those seals.
Some fun characters.
They's funny.
Yes, exactly.
And Uru Becky. She's funny, too.
Uru.
Uru
Emily.
Becky. Yes, Emily, first impression.
With literally no no excitement. Uru, uru.
Uru, Becky. Uru.
That's Marlin for you.
Well, did I tell you guys this before that my mom was reading a story to the kids and
Whoosh.
it was whoosh. Like it literally said whoosh and that's how she read it. And then the car went whoosh. And I was like, wow.
Wow.
That was great, Mom.
Some oomph into that.
And then it went
She's rocking
whoosh.
it at the story reading.
That's hilarious.
Uru, uru. Stupid. Yeah. Same. First impression, the first time I was like, So when we were talking about watching it, I was not excited at all. Rewatching it, it's better. It's weird though because, and we talked about this before, Finding Nemo is not my favorite Pixar movie in general.
See, I think it's one of the best ones.
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, okay, well that's...
But also my younger
That's
sister
an opinion.
would put it on TV 24/7.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen it probably like
I like
40
Finding Nemo a
times.
lot.
Yeah.
I like water.
What'd you say?
Do you like water, Michelle?
Yeah.
We haven't been reminded in a while.
Yeah, in case you forgot.
Anywho, so I am it's interesting to me that I like it more the second time. But the characters are really fun. There's less shenanigans in this than in the first one, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
It's
simple, right?
Yeah,
It's like more
simple enough.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who I still don't like though is Marlin. He's a little.
Oh yeah, dude.
Marlin is
At least Nemo was kind of calling him out in this movie. He was like, Dad, you scare people away.
Luis kept calling him Robert.
Robert?
He just looked like a Robert to you?
I think so. Dude.
He'd be like, "Oh, here comes Robert," and Adeline's like, "Who's Robert?" He's like, "The orange fish." Nemo? No, the other orange fish.
Robert.
I don't know why I thought he was Robert, dude. For a split second.
Marlin is played by Albert Brooks, so there's a Bert in there, you know?
There you go.
We were enjoying looking through the cast because there's
It's quite a large cast.
Yeah, and there's it's a pretty prominent cast, like notable people. And Luis and I think we talked about this quite a bit, but have been rewatching, or for me, watching the first time, Modern Family.
This is the first time I'm watching it.
And okay, so we're both watching it for the first time, but Hank is the character who plays Jay on that show.
Dude, I love Jay.
Ed O'Neill.
Yes. And then Ty Burrell, which is Bailey, the
plays
echolocation
Oh,
Yes.
beluga.
Bailey's hilarious.
It's got to do.
I like Bailey.
I thought he was
He's
really
Phil in Modern Family, and that's just freaking. It was fantastic. Once we saw that, I was
When
like,
Idris Elba's the big seal.
Idris
I
Elba
know.
plays Fluke, the seal. He's accompanied by
Chief
who's the
Bogle.
other guy. Was it Dominic West as Rudder?
And also, you just can't forget about Sigourney Weaver. Come on.
Playing Sigourney Weaver.
as Sigourney Weaver. Possibly her best role ever to date.
I just,
you know?
but I don't know
The
why
least
it's
scary role she's ever had.
It's like cracking me up that Ellen DeGeneres' name was like, oh, Sigourney, hi.
Yeah, that's
Guys,
that's,
I got
My friend Sigourney
my friend
said.
Sigourney. Yeah, there's,
So
there's some
funny.
funny stuff in this.
Yeah.
in this
I
So
mean,
are we-
there's funny stuff in the first one, too.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely
Yeah.
tried to roll it over. But it's just a much simpler story. They don't have to go halfway across the ocean this time.
Well, they have to
'cause-
go even farther.
They go all the way
they go to
across the ocean.
California.
I know, but they got their friend crushed this time. It was much easier.
Right.
To get
That
there.
part of the journey was.
I think that's why I appreciated it, because there's less like.
We're lost.
Yeah,
We
there's
know where
none
we're
of that going on. They literally get to California in a snap.
Yeah,
They're
they just got to infiltrate a facility.
And let me tell you that it's the Monterey Bay Aquarium, okay?
I did do some research, and I mean, we do have Morro Bay in California, right? But almost all of the research that the animators did was at Monterey Bay Aquarium. And like Michelle said, when you've been to that aquarium, even just once, you look at it and you're like, well, I mean,
Or
that's
even
the
just the
Monterey Bay
outside with
Aquarium.
the seal sitting there and there's kelp and seaweed everywhere. I was like, oh, it's California.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's what our oceans look like. Seaweed forests and kelp forests and yeah.
So it was really cool to see that, because it felt like home looking at the animation
Right,
of the
sure.
area.
Yeah, that was a cool.
They did
part of it.
good.
I think at first watching this movie, and it came out in 2016, and the original one had come out in 2003. And when the movie first starts, I didn't really see a big difference in terms of like the animation or anything like that. I was expecting like a larger upgrade, but then as the movie goes on, it starts to get like more and more gorgeous to me. I think I didn't notice it until like you first see like Mr. Ray, like swimming around pretty fast, and it like the movement of Under the Ocean looks a lot better than it did.
I love
in the
Mr.
first
Ray.
one. Yeah, so props to the animation.
Is who, Mr. Ray, Manta Ray?
Yeah.
Yeah, the teacher, the school teacher, Mr. Ray.
I like seeing all the stingrays go by and they're all chanting.
It's
"I'm
kinda
going
freaky.
home."
It was kind of freaky. I was like, whoa.
I wanna hear that.
Yeah, so basically the premise of this movie, Finding Dory, is that she wants to figure out who she is, basically, and her family. So they're home on the reef, and she remembers something about her past because, short-term memory loss. She has a hard time remembering. She remembers that she has a family and that they're in the Jewel of Morro Bay.
Right.
So basically, she's like, we're going to go find my family. And that's what they're going to do. And they do all these flashbacks to, like, Baby Dory, and I just can't. I can't.
Her
So
eyes
cute.
are bigger than her entire body,
Oh,
dude.
my gosh. She was so cute.
Exactly.
So here's my
So
question.
sad.
I know nothing about memory loss. So I'm just going to ask this question as if I know something.
Okay.
In my mind, if you have short-term memory loss, it's because it's not getting committed
To
to long-term memory, right? But like there's no, I mean, if you have short-term, you're not getting any like new information, but like so she has no long-term memories.
So no, I think she
No,
does
she
have
has long-term memories, but I think in the flashback they showed, like, she remembers her parents, and she's lost for, like, years and years and years, right? She grows up. And then Marlin comes in and runs into her, and it was like she was so focused on that because he was helping her remember new things and things like that,
And I think-
so that she just kind of forgot about it.
I think Dory's life in particular is so confusing, and so there's so many just like different disparate
Yeah.
points in time and stuff like that it's harder to remember the stuff that happened longer and longer ago.
As
right?
she's getting older.
As she gets older. So like when she was a baby and she first got free or whatever, she remembered her parents, she remembered where they lived and stuff like that. But then as time went on and she kept experiencing newer stuff, that older stuff kind of faded away. And it had to be brought back up, but it was still in her long-term memory,
Okay.
I would say. I'm not a doctor.
Because isn't the only other
was very nice,
movie I
Andre.
have to relate it to is 50 First Dates.
Right, exactly.
Where she falls asleep and then everything resets.
So they start journaling for her throughout the movie in order to
remember things.
keep it more up to date, and yeah. So yeah,
But yeah, I don't really know much about it. But
we
frickin'
are
Dory.
not doctors.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Don't
Or
listen to
scientists.
us. Yes.
or even that smart sometimes.
So they find their friend Crush. Roaches.
Rogers!
I love Crush.
They take
Go
the
to the EAC.
EAC all the way to Cali.
I mean, they made it.
It's a pretty quick trip. It seems like.
Should have found him faster in the first movie, okay?
Because Marlin was being a turd in
Yeah.
that first movie.
Well,
Half
Marlin
of that
is a
movie
turd.
was just Marlin being a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, has he ever stopped being
There's
a
some
jerk?
points in this where he's quite
Maybe at
jerky
the end
as well.
of this one, he stops being a jerk.
Because they embark on
I'm
their journey.
surprised he even let Nemo come with him.
Right, yeah. They embark on their journey, right? And
I'm
Marlin,
surprised Marlin even decided to do the journey.
he barely agrees to help Dory, but it's only because like you don't know what it's like. You don't remember. You've
'Cause
never
Nemo
lost
was
anybody.
like,
yeah, and just
Dad.
you just needed help, and it's like, oh yeah, the first movie. That's right.
Yeah.
I owe Dory everything. Crap. Guess I better hook her up.
Seriously, dude, your son's here because of her.
Yeah. So they go out, right, and he. I mean, he's being okay as they get on the current, and then as soon as they arrive in California, Dory, I think she like somehow hurts Nemo. or no,
No,
Nemo
they
gets
were running
hurt.
away from the squid.
Yes. As they walk through this
Ship graveyard.
this ship graveyard, and a squid is there, and it attacks them, and they try to get away, but as they escape, Nemo gets hurt, and Dory is forgetting that this is happening, so she's trying to be helpful, but Marlin yells at her, and he's like, "Go over there and forget. That's what you always do." It's like, dang, Marlin.
Even
out,
Nemo,
man.
who was hurt after, was like, Dad,
I'm okay. Come on, chill out.
Like, also, you don't gotta say that to Dory. It's rude.
Relax.
He's like, I didn't say that. He's like, I did say that.
We got it on the fish recording, and you definitely said that.
On the fish recording.
So they
Dad,
come-
we're making a movie and we
Yeah.
saw you.
It was uploaded to the bubble.
right? And they come out in the kelp forest, and if you know anything about California, it's kelp forest city. Okay, that's what we got. Kelp, lots of kelp.
This is common knowledge, and we all.
Jesus.
I learned
and
that
we
at the
all
Monterey
knew.
Bay Aquarium.
I was.
Michelle's
Tell
really
me
just.
no other place in the world has kelp.
No, but California is known for their kelp forest.
Are we?
That's what we're known for. We all knew that.
I
Google
thought
it.
we were known for Hollywood and
Half
San
of us here
Francisco.
did not know that, so I guess we're not.
You're
known
talking
for
to a
that.
girl who used to want to be a marine biologist.
In case you didn't know, she likes water.
I like water. Anyways,
Oh,
so she's looking through the kelp forest and she freaking hears Sigourney Weaver talking.
Hello, I'm Sigourney Weaver.
Is that your Sigourney voice? Let me do it again.
Hello.
hi. I'm Sigourney Weaver.
It was like that. I don't have a Sigourney Weaver impression.
Hello, it's me, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver,
Welcome to the Jewel of Morro Bay,
California.
California.
We're all nailing it. So Dory gets separated.
But also, wait, I have to talk about the fact that I didn't know who Sigourney Weaver was when this movie came out. So everybody in the theater was like, "Oh, Sigourney Weaver." I was like, "Who is that?" I didn't
Never
know.
heard that name.
No, I did not.
You hadn't had to watch something where she was ready to scare the shit out of you
No,
at a
'cause
moment.
I don't like those kind of movies.
Alien. You hadn't seen Stepmom?
No.
Was she in that? I think that was her. Or was that Susan Sarandon? Anyway,
Equally scary ladies, okay?
so Dory
Nicole Kidman on a bad day.
Dory gets separated from Marlin and Nemo, and she gets scooped up by some of the scientists at the Jewel of Morro Bay, California. They
And Nemo's like, "Look what you did, Dad."
they quarantine her and they tag her and they toss her in a lab. And while she's in that lab, she gets to meet Hank the Octopus,
Freaking love Hank.
who is on an escape mission.
Septopus.
Excuse me, he's a septopus. He has one missing tentacle.
That's why he can't go back to the ocean.
He can't go back to the ocean. He's scared.
He's you, okay? He was like, I ain't going back there. I want to live in my cave by myself.
Well, yeah.
Hank is you.
Trying to get taken care of.
Yeah.
They feed you at the where's he going?
The Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah, they feed you in
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Hank is a very funny character. I like Hank a lot.
The first couple minutes of the interaction, just even watching Hank moving and camouflaging and stuff is so fun.
He's so cool.
Like if you really watch the way his body moves,
And how he
like
transforms into things.
it's very cool.
Octopus are really cool.
Yeah.
Luis, would you like to interject your weird factoids
Dude,
here?
like recently, that's my favorite sea creature.
The octopus.
I've come to that conclusion.
It's one of my favorites as well.
What was that?
I said it's one of my favorites as well. I did a report on octopi in third grade.
Like,
In third grade.
I know what I'm talking about.
ever since I went to Monterey Bay Aquarium, the most recent time, I was like, dude, octopuses are cool. And I got myself a pretty cool graphic octopus mug. And I've always, since then, like, how long has it been since we got, like, a year and a half?
A year, yes.
I'm like, dude, octopus are my favorite animal. In the
I know
ocean.
it was. That's
And
why
then
I
I
was
saw that
the mug at her house.
my octopus teacher. And
Wait, what?
This is the weird factoid.
My octopus.
Why would Andre have
It's
watched
a
it?
documentary.
Why did you
I've
watch
never
it?
Seen this. No.
I had heard it was popular, and I was like, oh, I like octopuses are cool, so I'll take a look at it.
This is how Luis starts. The guy who's a National Geographer, he You're not laughing. That's where I started laughing. This guy is a National
But yeah,
Geographer,
anyways, I love octopus. They're awesome.
and he learns love by hanging out with an octopus.
it's
Not he learns love.
That's what you told
Look,
me.
this says My Octopus Teacher, a 2020 Netflix documentary in which a filmmaker begins diving in a kelp forest off the coast of South Africa and meets a female octopus who casts a spell on him.
What?
Cast a spell on you.
Hey, the man was in a very tough place in his mental health, okay?
I mean, we see.
I haven't seen it.
We all been there.
Yeah.
I was just cracking up when you were at my house and I had that mug. You were like, "Can I have that mug?" And I was like,
Well,
"Yeah,
I'm
you
taking
can."
this.
Michelle's mug is hanging on the wall, and Luis goes up and is like, "Can I have this?"
I was like, "You can. Why do you want it so much?"
I like this mug.
I love
like
octopus.
octopus.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so Hank is a winner out here.
Oh, seriously, they're so freaking cool, man.
But in the
Not
documentary,
Squids aren't cool.
in the documentary that Luis watched of the teacher, the octopus grew its freaking tentacle back.
Tentacle, there you go.
Oh yeah, I think they regenerate.
So,
Which is also cool. But apparently, Hank is a septopus in this just because the animators needed like some room. They couldn't do eight tentacles. It was too difficult. So they cut them down to 7.
how is it difficult?
I don't know. It seems
You're
like
doing the most
seems like
difficult
7
thing,
would be
create
just
an
as difficult
animation.
Didn't they do a spider?
as
That
8.
was at least.
Yeah,
That
but
is the weirdest thing. Like
that's what I read.
Well, I mean, it would have. I mean, he was American Ninja Warrior in like 900% of this movie, so I can imagine like. I mean, you have to figure out what to do with that extra
I
tentacle.
just don't understand.
Yeah, it doesn't
No.
seem extra. It seems like the correct amount.
No.
I mean, I was fine with him being a septopus because it made his story make sense. He's like, I gotta stay here.
Right. He had
I ain't going back to the ocean. Scary.
to the ocean.
Scowy.
Yeah, so he tries to con Dory out of her orange tag in order to get on the quarantine boat to go to
Dory's
Cleveland.
so funny, dude.
But-
she's like, I kind of like my tag.
And then she's like,
later
yeah, you
she's
can
like,
have it. And
She's
then-
like, oh, all I have to offer you is this tag. And then he looks at her, he like drinks the coffee, and he's like, okay.
Dude, he
'Cause he
picks
didn't
up the
know
whole
her.
carafe of the coffee,
and just
drinks
takes a
it.
sip.
But he only drank it to use it. Y'all know that, right?
Well, yeah, but
I mean,
it's
yeah,
still
but
funny.
he still drank it.
He's an
He could've
octopus.
just
There was
dumped
a
it.
sink right in
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
He was like,
You're
I gotta drink this.
We drink this black coffee. I'm an
He
octopus.
likes Dory though, almost like immediately. He's like, what the heck?
He's like, this poor girl's a
Right.
mess.
Yeah, this girl's a mess. I'm gonna take advantage just a little bit so I can get this tag out of here. So Hank and Dory, they set off on their adventure. Outside, Marlin and Nemo are like, we gotta get to Dory. This is an issue. We gotta get in there to help her out. So they meet up with the seals. Are they seals or sea lions? What are these?
I think they're sea lions
Yeah, the sea lions.
because they're the ones that yell.
Dude, sea lions are a-holes.
They're
They are
Fluke-
scary in real
Fluke
life.
and Rudder, and they sit on this one particular rock. It must be the nicest rock
Poor
in the
Gerald.
immediate area. Gerald is also hanging out around here, but he is not allowed
Dude.
on the rock.
I swear, Gerald is Mr. Bean.
Yeah, he's got the
Dude,
same
he's
eyebrows,
Mr.
dude.
Bean. Telling you, he's Mr. Bean.
Gerald hops up on that rock, and he gets about 3 seconds of sun time before Fluke and Rudder are like, Gerald, get off, Gerald.
Dude,
Gerald.
I don't. They did not say off.
They didn't? Is that a curse?
That is a curse
Should I
word.
bleep?
Sawed off.
I gotta bleep it a gajillion times.
Anyways, what was I gonna say, dude? What's his name? Doesn't even say any words. He just goes like, yeah.
Gerald? He's
Yeah,
just
Gerald
vibing, man.
doesn't. He's like, yeah. Like he just doesn't even say a single audible word. He just mumbles and is very creepy. Like, man.
I love Gerald.
Dude, he's.
Hilarious.
I love that dude.
So Fluke and Rudder, they start helping Nemo and Marlin. They call Becky for them.
With the good hair.
Becky with the good. They never say that in the movie, but
That's where that song came from,
but
didn't you know?
can definitely,
Becky
you can
with
definitely
the good hair.
assume that this is the Becky that they're talking about because of how gorgeous her hair
The
is.
Uru.
They tell Marlin that he just has to imprint on Becky, and she will get them where they need to go.
I feel like this generation of listeners and or viewers at this point like take imprinting very seriously because of what we know from
Movies.
a saga. Yeah.
Yeah, the Twilight Saga.
Like
Oh,
Renesmee.
of course.
I don't know, like I really love that you remember the name of that child.
That monstrosity.
She came out with that name very quickly.
Right,
I was just gonna say the werewolf guy.
He imprinted on
He
her.
imprinted on a baby whose
Yes.
name.
And then now she's in love with him.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's creepy.
Cool storytelling. So Marlin does the same thing as Renesmee and Jacob, and he imprints on Becky. He stares deeply into her eyes and he says, "Uru," and that is all it takes. She puts him in a bucket.
Hey, Luis, open your eyes so we can imprint. Ooh.
Uru.
You freaking creep. Stop it.
Luis is doing a crazy eye right now. He imprints on Becky.
He's also asleep and his tummy is showing.
She puts him in
Pull
a
down
bucket.
your shirt.
She puts him in a
Don't
bucket,
look.
and they fly over into like the walkway area of the aquarium. And Marlin and Nemo are hanging on a limb of a tree in the bucket, and they decide we got to get out of here and onto the cement, the very dry non-fish cement. They jump out of their bucket. They go into like a little aquarium where they're selling toy fish and stuff like that, and then I think they see Hank and Dory getting in a stroller and rolling away.
Dude, so funny.
I
Hank is
love
the
the
best driver,
stroller.
dude. Hank is the best
Hank is
driver.
awesome.
He's got a lot of arms, and octopus are pretty smart, so he could drive.
I mean, he's driven quite a bit in this movie, and
Well,
he's
he's like driving and like eating snacks all at the same time.
He's got a lot of appendages.
Also acting like he's a baby.
That's right. He's pretending to be a creepy baby. Oh my god, the couple that sees him, they see this little octopus baby, and they're like, oh my god.
Can you imagine?
They just turn around and don't acknowledge the fact that this stroller with a baby and no parents around.
Wait,
is-
were they? They were
just
both.
sitting here.
They were a women couple, weren't they?
Yeah, they were two women. I don't know. They could be a couple. They could be sisters. I don't know. I didn't get the full context of these ladies. But yeah, they are disgusted by this baby nonetheless. They see it and they turn around and walk away so fast. It was hilarious. So Hank and Dory are trying to get to the open ocean area
Yes.
of the aquarium. That's where Dory thinks her parents are. That's where she thinks they live.
So was that after then she meets Bailey and...
No, I think she meets them on the way in, trying to get to the open ocean area.
Yeah, no, she accidentally gets like thrown over into
Oh, from the stroller into
Bailey's thing.
into Destiny's
Destiny,
Oh,
sorry.
Destiny's. Yeah.
tank. That's right. And she meets Destiny, who is apparently a friend of hers from back in the day. There's a very small spider on the wall. It's all right.
And now we're all distracted.
He's not going to kill me.
Luis gets a spider.
He's here to give me spider
is
powers.
it?
Oh no, he's crawling down.
Don't acknowledge the Spidey.
I've acknowledged.
It's already
Get
been
him.
acknowledged. Oh no, he went down. He went down farther.
I won't be able to stay in this room if you don't figure it out.
Pause it.
We're paused.
Update, we didn't get the spider.
The spider is still amongst us.
Move your arm like close to
No.
your body.
I'm okay.
If I see it,
If he's
I will
on-
throw something your way.
Okay.
Hopefully it won't hit you.
Well,
Why would you throw something at Andre? He's just
I guess
moderating the
because-
podcast.
To get
Get the spider.
the spider.
Moderating the podcast.
He's
bro.
moderating.
We're over here
I'll be
throwing
all right.
stuff at him, all
be all
ungrateful
right.
like.
The spider will not get me. Or you.
I'm trying to protect Freddy, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Everyone will be protected from tiny
Freddy
itty
needs
bitty
protection
spider.
from the spiders.
You know what? Nobody
Oh, yeah,
asked you your opinion.
You can't
He's down there
pet
trying to
him.
eat gnats and whatnot.
Don't mess with him, man.
Dory and
Freddy, get down.
Destiny are
Oh, he
reconnecting
bit my-
because they used to hang out when she was a little baby. They used to talk through the pipes.
They were pipe buddies.
They're pipe buddies. And this is how Dory learned how to speak whale.
No.
Destiny! Destiny tells her that open ocean is where she needs to go, right?
And again, we're talking about the open ocean exhibit.
Yeah, the open ocean exhibit, not the actual open ocean. Although now that I think of it, maybe that is a little bit of foreshadowing because they were in the open ocean.
Truth.
Eventually. Cool. They meet Destiny and Bailey. Bailey is the beluga whale that lives next door. But
Dude, I love beluga whales.
He's got a problem.
So cool.
His echolocation
I do not
isn't working
like
right now.
their heads.
No, have you seen that? Have you been to SeaWorld?
Yes.
They have those beluga
Yes, I
whales
guess
there.
I
They're so
have.
cool.
They are cool. They bump their heads up against the glass. It's fun to watch.
Hey.
Yeah, after this, Dory heads back to inside of the aquarium. She gets to open ocean, and she's having more and more flashbacks of her parents, and she's seeing how worried they were about her, how many drills they tried to run to get Dory to remember things and be able to find her way back home if she ever needed to. And as all of this is happening, let's see here. She suddenly remembers how she was separated from her parents. She overheard her mother crying and went to go get a shell to cheer her up.
Purple
and then
shells. Mommy like purple shells.
The undertow got her, and it just swept her right out. It's pretty dangerous.
And
Pretty
we
dangerous
see
undertow.
the
They maybe should not have lived there.
That's what I told Luis. I was like, well, I'm really glad this aquarium cares about
Yeah.
their fish going into the pipe
I was
system.
like, why didn't they like pick a different spot
Yeah,
for
maybe
their
they
house?
should live a little bit more inland.
Where's go live by the other blue tangs?
Right, in the open ocean.
When we
Exhibit.
Blue
see the
tangs.
undertow, we say
I'm thinking of like Tang the drink.
Oh yeah, orange. Tang.
Orange.
Blue Tang.
Blue
though.
Tang.
Can you
Oh,
imagine
they
how
want to just make
bomb-
blue tang instead of orange tang?
Imagine how fire that would be.
Dude, it's like blueberry orange.
Hey.
Oh my, you guys.
Patent pending.
Tang, call us.
Dude, is Tang even in business?
I don't think so.
I don't even know if they make
Oh, I'm gonna
tang.
figure it
Who
out.
made Tang before? What was
My
the brand?
grandma used to make tang.
Maybe
for
Kool-Aid
us.
bought them or something. You know?
Who bought Kool-Aid then? Because they ain't around.
I had to explain to my child today who the Kool-Aid man was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
They don't
gosh.
have Kool-Aid commercials no more?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, we
I
don't
think
have
they do.
normal cake.
Oh, that's
cake.
right.
We don't watch TV.
That's right. That's right. How would they know?
They'll never
Insane.
know.
Insane. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
My
and he
mom
buzzed
didn't let me
through.
drink Kool-Aid. It's bad for you. Got a lot of sugar.
You don't have to put as much sugar in there as they recommend.
Have you seen that video
Or
of
you
the
could
girl
put
who's
more.
like making Kool-Aid and she's trying to pour in the sugar and her entire sugar thing sinks into it and dissolves and she's like, oh.
I would still definitely be drinking that.
Ew.
too.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. Let's see here. Marlin and Nemo. Let's see here. They're trying to make their way into where Dory is. They try to take like one of those kid fountains that they have in the. theme
Oh my
parks,
gosh, that they
and
have-
get splashed up and down into the next row.
They had that at the mall. Do you remember?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It seems
Dude,
like
I love it. So-
literally the most dangerous thing a fish could ever
They were
do.
like, Dory would do it.
Yeah, what would Dory do? They started adopting that mantra to help them find Dory. So they flop their way into the pipe system of the.
Well, no, they flop their way into the little where the clam is.
That clam is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
The
Was that Ratzenberg?
I think so. Yes. That
It's
was
just
it.
another little exhibit.
Wow.
He's like,
Tide
oh,
pool?
I haven't seen anybody here in years.
Oh, John Ratzenberger was a husband crab in this.
Oh, that's the
That's
one
what it
that lives
was.
outside their little.
He's over there mowing
He's
his
mowing,
lawn.
yeah,
with his.
with this little claw.
No, that clam was pretty chummy.
Who played the clam?
I thought the clam was hilarious.
I like the clam a lot.
Just so everyone knows, you can buy Tang.
Chalet.
It's
Oh.
still
Tang is available.
Tang is available.
Okay.
Who makes
They started
Tang?
making it in 1957, and it is
What?
still
General Mills?
General Foods,
Oh.
Close.
made it
close, pretty
originally.
That was part of the same military branch.
Yeah.
right? And then now it's currently owned by North American. By Mondelez International, a 2012 North American company spun off from Kraft Foods. Yeah, I know you needed to know that.
This has been your Tang fact on the Walt Vault.
Well, we have to give factual information, and Wikipedia gives it to us. Okay.
At one point, let's see here. Where were we at? Dory manages to find some other blue tangs. They make their way to the quarantine where Hank wants to go.
Because the crab told them that all the blue tangs were getting moved.
Right, to Cleveland. So she assumes that her parents are
Which
there.
is still ironic because she was just there.
I mean, yeah, she was in there. In
Hank
the
is
first
like,
place.
really?
We gotta go back to quarantine. But that's where he wants to go because he does not want to go back to the ocean. So they make their way there. They get into they get there by going through the pipe system. And this is where Marlin and Nemo.
Wow, that was a long yawn.
Long pause, sorry. Where Marlin and Nemo meet up with Dory for a hot sec. And I'm like, hey, you're here, you're trying to rescue me. Yeah, I'm here, we're trying to rescue you. Let's go, let's get out of here. And then Hank swoops in and takes Dory away to where they're supposed to be going. So Marlin and Nemo have to follow. When Dory gets to the Blue Tangs, they tell Dory that Dory's parents escaped from the Institute a long time ago to look for her, but they never came back.
Yeah.
So Dory, obviously thinks the worst, and that they're gone. Hank grabs Dory from the tank,
But not Marlin and
but
Nemo.
not Marlin and Nemo, who have since caught up. So they're still hanging out and going to Cleveland, and and Dory and Hank are able to make their escape.
And I think no, because they come after the octopus, and then,
Yeah, someone
and
sees
then
Hank
someone
and is
sees
like,
Hank and
"I
grabs him,
found
and
him."
Dory
Oh, that's
accidentally
right.
falls through the pipes,
Yeah.
out back into the ocean.
Hank has been Mission Impossibling his way through the aquarium this entire
Dude, and
time.
the
trying
whole
to avoid
aquarium
human
staff's like, yo,
catcher.
you guys seen that octopus?
The octopus is gone. Which is so funny to think of like a mischievous octopus.
I really love the way he what do you call that? Like,
he does his metamorphosis.
yeah, when he's like on the pole, what do you call that? Like a handrail.
Yes.
And he's like a part of it, and all you see is his mouth moving.
Yeah, it's camouflage.
Very funny.
Yeah, it's super cool.
He's smart.
I love the way that Hank moves. He is then apprehended by one of the employees and unintentionally drops Dory into the drain, flushing her out to the ocean, which is unfortunate. While wandering around aimlessly, she comes across a trail of shells. Remember when she was young, her parents had set out a similar trail to help her find her way back home, and she follows it. At the end of the trail, Dory finds an empty brain coral with multiple shell trails leading to it. So
I know, it was so sad, but it was also so cute.
So it's obvious that her parents have just been like extending these
For
many
years.
paths of.
But how long does it take a fish to grow up?
It's probably like like 2 years tops,
Yeah.
But
They
still,
make it seem like it's been like forever.
I mean, for a fish, especially a forgetful one.
I
it
mean,
can be quite a long
Daddy
time.
Fish does have a receding hairline. So.
Luis could not stop laughing.
Yes, Eugene Levy plays Daddy Fish, and
Well, they put less hair on the fish because he makes up for it in eyebrows.
yeah, he's,
Right?
He's bringing it eyebrow style. And Diane Keaton plays Jenny, Mama Fish.
Of course.
So yeah, they find Dory. They tell her that they've been searching for her this entire time, and that they didn't want to actually leave because they knew that she'd be able to make her way back, and she did it, and they're like very, very proud of her for that reason.
It's just being pregnant was making me so sad. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They've been doing that forever.
Right.
So now you understand where we come from when we say weird parental things like that about these movies.
Yeah, it's like, all right, why?
Yeah, usually I'm like, whatever. Now I'm going to be like,
Andre, you'll be next.
Oh, weep, weep, weep. Cry, cry, cry.
yeah,
Weep, 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 cry,
I
cry,
didn't
cry.
cry,
Ooh.
but I was like, oh,
Oh,
I was like, that's kind of freaking sad. You know what I mean? But it was also.
I'm the leader. Ooh.
So the next sequence is probably the coolest in the movie for me. It's the truck escape. Right.
Oh my
so
God.
Marlin and Nemo are in the truck. Hank is also in the truck, and they have to get the truck to turn around from going to
They
Cleveland.
have to save them, yeah.
In order to save them.
Also, those whales easily hopped that fence or enclosure.
Whales quite easily can get out of the zoo. Yeah, it turns out
Yeah, I
the
was like-
aquarium is not safe for these animals. They're easily able to, even though they're blind and their echolocation barely works, they're both able
His
to escape.
echolocation does work, though.
Ooh, I'm getting something. Ooh.
Good Lord.
Bailey's very funny. So yeah, they escape. They're helping chase down the truck as it drives across the highway. Hank
and Dory, right? They infiltrate the truck and get the drivers out and hijack it, basically, turn it around on the highway, and start driving around the roundabout in order to get back towards the aquarium.
Dead. Dude, I was dead.
So funny. She's like, keep veering left. How long am I supposed to do this for? And they're in a big truck and just wailing on all the traffic that's happening.
I like how all the fish are like, yay.
The fish are sloshing around in the back. All of their lives are in immediate danger.
And they're jumping from one enclosure to the next.
Yeah. So they drive their way around the roundabout enough times that they can get to the right course. They head back that way. The police have been called, and
Dude, the popo with his guns. What are they gonna do?
They are setting up like a big old barricade. They got their guns drawn, like freeze fish, and and in order to avoid the barricade, Dory and Hank just drive off the side of a cliff.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty cool. They drive off the cliff straight into the water. Everybody falls out of the truck, which is good because they fall into the ocean, and then they're just free, which is pretty cool.
The kids watched it with us, and Addie was like, "Oh no, they drove off the road." And Luisa's like, "That's what they meant to do." She's like, "But they're gonna die."
Oh no!
It's like, no, just watch. They're gonna die. Like, just watch.
That anticipation, man. You don't remember that, fish are supposed to be in the ocean.
They're gonna die.
They'll be all right.
Friggin' after this, I love that they go back home, right? And Hank is like substitute teaching for Mr. Ray because Mr. Ray went on vacation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
he earned it.
I love Hank. And Dory told him off. She was like, "You're going back to the ocean with me."
Right. Sometimes you got to do hard things, and she gave a very inspiring Dory speech. Let's see here.
All I'm gonna say is Ellen brings it because
she is Dory, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's so awesome she's using, you can tell, all of her stuff in her voice acting.
Yes.
It's not like she's just playing a role. She is like giving it her all, and I think it's so cool to watch and obviously listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, Dory is definitely like one of the cutest Pixar characters, or like charismatic. You know what I mean? I love Dory.
Indeed. She is lovable, even though
it's really unfortunate that
even though she's really annoying sometimes.
That I don't like the Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland. Ugh.
Well, it's an acquired taste.
Claustrophobic city.
You got to go down under the water.
The one at Disney World, at least you're just sitting in a clamshell. The one in California Adventure, you have to go in a submarine.
I see. Yes, that's right. It's like a ride along.
Yeah.
Little Mermaid style ride.
Through the aquarium. It was cute.
In Florida. So yeah, that's basically the end of the movie, right?
It's a very simple movie, but it's good.
Dory is reunited with her parents, and they've moved into where they live in the reef.
The reef
back in Australia. Hank is helping to teach the class, and Dory is going off on her own a little bit more. She goes to just look at the view of the
drop off.
The drop off, where
Marlin's still worried. He's like, the drop off.
He's still very worried about her, but they look off into the distance, and everything's gonna be all right between Marlin and Dory. The end.
Yeah.
Marlin's probably still gonna be a but
Yeah,
Dude, that's just Marlin for you. All right, so this movie did come out in theaters because it was 2016.
Correct.
So.
There was a time
this movie
before
came out
this?
like 2019, right? I was like, no. I'm pretty sure it was before that.
Yes, it was significantly before that. This movie did come out in theaters. It did make some money. Let's see here. It had a budget of $175 million, and it had a box office return of $1.02 billion.
Well, I guess they did okay then.
They did okay. Yes. They like some Dory.
I was into Baby Dory when it came out. Like, they had the little Baby Dory plushies. I was like, oh,
yeah. It turns out if you put a baby version of a beloved character in there, people like that.
Yeah, we like miniature things.
We like the babies. We like the Muppet Babies. We like the Baby Yodas. We like the wasn't there Mickey Mouse babies?
I don't know. They do make baby versions of like a lot of things.
Yes, exactly. Let's see here on Rotten Tomatoes. Finding Dory has 94% on the tomato meter. Okay, it's quite high. The audience score sits at 84%. The critics' consensus says, funny, poignant, and thought-provoking, Finding Dory delivers a beautifully animated adventure that adds another entertaining chapter to its predecessor's classic story.
I think my only like gripe with it is like it's good and it's cute, but it's like I didn't need it. Like if they never came out with Finding Dory, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Like I wasn't like that was so necessary. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I'm gonna give it a 7.5, just because it wasn't like it's good and I like it and it's a cute movie, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I needed this movie. Like I needed a Finding Nemo sequel. You know what I mean? Most movies I really don't need a sequel unless it's like a trilogy or like it's like. That's how it's set up.
A larger story.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was good and I liked it, so I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Okay.
Emily?
I think I'll give it an 8. I really enjoyed it. There really was nothing like wrong with it per se. The characters were really lovable. There was no one outwardly annoying this time.
Yeah.
And the shenanigans they got up to were more fun than they were stressful like they were in the first movie.
Yeah, they were stressful in the first movie.
I think you're a lot more worried in the first movie than you end up being in this one. Which is, a good and a bad thing, I suppose. It's nice for the characters to not be in such peril, but at the same time, maybe not quite as dynamic as the first one.
Luis, what are you going to give this movie?
What would you rate?
Well, dude,
What's that? He's asleep, y'all.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, dudes.
Maybe like a 8.5.
8.5.
All right, we got some words out.
Good stuff, Lou.
Andre.
I think I'm gonna put this one right at an 8 as well. It's quite enjoyable. I really did like the new characters that were in it. Hank especially. I think he's very fun addition to the cast. And you guys are right. I like the kind of smaller adventure that they are able to go on in this one. I would say that it's ironically enough, this movie is a little bit forgettable, and that doesn't put it at like the top of the list of Pixar films. But I do think that it's an enjoyable movie, and that if it was forced upon me a couple times a month or whatever by a child, then I wouldn't hate that the entire time.
And I think that's because it is simple. Because some of these movies we watch are so complex and there's so much going on that it's hard to like
sit through.
Yeah.
Constantly.
You don't want to just watch it all the time. Like my kids really like Inside Out. It's a good movie, but it's very complex.
Right.
And it's not super easily understood for them, so they're constantly asking like, why is this and why is that?
Right.
Like, dude,
a lot of questions.
Watch the movie. But it's not easy,
Yes, exactly.
This one is like she wants to find her parents. She goes
Much
on
simpler.
an adventure.
Yeah.
Finds her parents.
She forgot. Yeah.
Those things.
Easier answers to the questions that they have. That makes sense. So yeah, that's been Finding Dory. We hope you liked it. Let us know what you thought of the film in the comments below the post for this episode. Next time, on the next episode of the Walt Vault podcast, we're going to watch something that is new to Disney Plus. It is called Ron's Gone Wrong.
Is it like a Disney Plus original?
No, I believe it is a Fox film that has been released on Disney Plus since their acquisition. It's one of those movies that was like in production when Fox was acquired.
So it just came out.
So it just came out, yes, in 2021. It's rated PG. It stars Jack Dylan Grazer and Zach Galifianakis. I have no idea what it's about. I have not watched the trailer.
Me either.
But
Emma and Lou saw it and liked it, so we're going to do it.
Exactly. So we're going to check it out, see what Fox has got going on that Disney now owns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeedy. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I think I have heard good things about this film.
So we're going to watch this, and then we're going to make them watch Mitchell's and the Machines, because that was so good.
Yeah. That was another very good
Netflix movie.
Animated film. possibly involving robots. Yes, there appear to be robots in this. So check that out on Disney Plus. We'll be talking about it in just a couple weeks' time. If you want to keep up with us in the meantime, we are at the Walt Vault Pod on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit up the gram, slide into our DMs. Let us know what you thought about this movie.
Don't slide into nothing.
Let us know what you thought about some of those this or that's from the beginning. And we might read your message on the show. You can also send an email to contact@thewaltvaultpod.com. We'll read that message on the show. If you want to help support us, make sure you're subscribed on any podcast platform you're listening on. We're on iTunes and Stitcher and YouTube and Spotify. We are all over the place. Go there, listen up, and subscribe, leave a rating and review. And you can support us even further by going over to patreon.com/thewaltvault. That's our Patreon, where we give you just a little bit of extra content for only $1. And, that's not that much money. It's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. It helps us keep the lights on in this dark vault. It is so dark in here. I can't see none of y'all's faces.
You can shut up. My house is not that dark.
That's been it for this week, you guys. We will see you next time for some Ron's Gone Wrong goodness. The vault is now closed.